Trending stars.
All right, this is Trending Star and I am Alina Fechunga, and today we are back with another guest, and today we're honored to have Toast.
Thank you very much.
He went silent about his bag. How you
Bag
do
like
that? Oh, bag like Insana.
Yeah.
He just dropped How You Do That featuring Kim of Diamonds. Can you
Yeah.
just tell us what's the recipient car like? Unatizi, now you're back with some.
Yeah, I was quiet for a moment. I was doing a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I was working on my album, my debut album. This will be my first album actually.
Since you started doing
Yeah,
music, I mean,
yeah.
you've been in the game for like 18, maybe more than 18
No,
years.
18 years, no.
That's a lot?
9 or 10. 18.
Oh!
But yes,
Yeah.
9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is my first album, official album. The rest maybe I name my EP, my
Yeah.
mixtape. So that's actually the first single of my album.
Okay.
And the recipient has been good so far. Maybe because I took a break. So
Yeah.
when you take a break, when you're back, a lot of people are excited to hear what you've been cooking. So far so good. A lot of people are saying a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But it's been an honor.
Mm-hmm. All right, then can you just tell us, Goody, The Silence, you were
Yeah.
working on your album.
Yeah.
Album Women, when is it coming out?
My album comes actually this month on the 18th.
On the 18th. That's
Yeah,
like
so-
after next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why we chose on the 18th, but it's on the 18th.
And
That's
why
when
we
it's
chose
coming
on the 18th, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this album all about? Gabena, you don't want to spill the tea yet.
Nah, I feel like I can talk about it.
Yeah,
Jambo.
drop the tea.
I feel like album imakhala ngati moyo wako.
Mhm.
Yeah, you basically explaining to people what you've gone through, what you've seen, what
Yeah.
other people around you have gone through. So yeah, it's practically about that.
Okay.
There's so many stories there. When my stories and I know, I'm a young ngati ne.
Ramayo, specifically Mayo.
Ena fancy yokuti mwina yobe mpela.
Yeah.
Ena yani, there's so many things.
Ilindi Maujin Matraks Angati.
18 tracks.
8, that's a lot.
No, it's not. I actually worked on 30 Jagut songs, so I cut it down to 18 songs. So
Are you bragging right now?
It's not a lot.
Oh, 18 is not much, but you did 30 something.
And then I had to pick from the
The 30,
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the selection based on?
I gave it to someone else, Kudasanke, no
Yeah.
Because if I was to pick, I would be choosing songs that I'm attached to.
Yeah.
Because as a creator as well, you're also attached to your craft as well.
Yes.
Makadi nyimbo zinazake zimakuwaza because you wrote at a certain space. Yeah, so I gave someone the job to do that, and they picked a few records, and ine nangoji zabo zina zomwana zitaya yo.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, all right. So you started with Thug Assembly as an
That's way
artist.
back.
Yeah. Can you just tell us the transformation that has happened from there, street fame, and now Toast Official?
Okay, so I feel like Thug Assembly was the genesis where it all started from. Me creating music with my friends, bedroom music, neighborhood and Tumakuzwani sound down. Then we branched off to street fame. Me and a friend of mine, T1, we branched off from Thug Assembly, Wanga Click Yatuno. And then from there, branched off to Toast because my friend stopped doing music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to pursue your own career.
Yeah.
So until now, kind of household name Toast as an individual.
Yes.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like the whole process has been a learning process. Because working with people is also hard. Working with yourself is even harder because you don't have someone to tell you the yeah or this is your there for a minute since way back a lot of things mabangandeka this is from music videos, the way I carry myself in the industry, all this has just been me and myself. So I've been learning as well.
Yeah.
Learning the game. So I can say, but no, but at least I have a few knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to say.
All
But
right.
it's been one heck of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
All right. Now tell us, you dropped with your friend that stopped doing music, yeah?
Yeah.
Muna drove a Gold Chain. Like that song was a banger and still is a banger until now.
Yeah,
It's timeless, you know?
It's
Yeah, can you
timeless
just
music.
tell us what that song brought about, the pressure, the fame and everything? How did you handle all that?
Nah, for us, for me personally, I cannot like what they brought about pressure or
Yeah.
the fame. Because for me, even the Kwanto Mama did from primary school. I've always been a happy child, social child.
Yeah.
I found out but I said, everyone knows what I'm doing, everyone wants to hang out with me.
Yeah.
So it's not really been chinchogudi jodabwisa. Komaso muntu mafuniko dziojo moli wazizo. So for me, I just knew I had to be a superstar.
Oh, wow. What do you want to be?
So it's not like for me, jina jodabwisa good man that sugar. Nah, I always been no good. Okay, gift your man and the mulungu has to be bigger than life.
Yeah.
Even still now, I feel like that is still bigger than life. I have to go. It's bigger than Malawi, was this? And don't be a mother villa sound there. Hey man, my boy no going be. Yeah, Athena so agunja gwinega zamfe so kuti kulantonga na mino. So it's bigger than life.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So now talking international, I mean,
Yeah.
you've worked with a couple of international people,
couple of them.
Ajina Questa,
Yeah.
Ajina Gemini Image. Of course, he is Malawian, but I mean, yeah.
Gemini,
Yeah.
international.
Yeah, he is international. I mean, how can we talk about Malawian music
Without
without
talking about
mentioning him, you know? Yeah. So can you just tell us, Kuri, those collaborations, how have they influenced your music as an artist?
I cannot say they have influenced like that because
Yeah.
most of these people I met them already when I was at the pinnacle of my career. Stuff, but I've just learned from them, from just even it being a dream. Actually, his drummer called me to. I said, "Oh, how you do that?" I sent it to those guys. My guy would wait. They said, and I've met those guys 2019.
Yeah.
And this 2025. So if you still have an impact on people's life like that, Imakala would actually dodo bangangeni abo. And shout out to Tonderai because they man have sorry question jarabu ya dukumani naye. The first time I met him, anasa na mveso nyimbo zanga. Nangu jeza naye. The day he heard my songs, anandozo I say umaimba bo. And he spoke in Zulu to his guitarist. I said, then he had to interpret.
How did you know he said?
He had to interpret it
All
to
right.
me. Yeah,
What if he lied?
He said something, and said
Yeah.
delivery. Was this So then he had to tell me what I said. This is what I'm talking about. And then they replayed my song. So I said, no, these people actually meant it. And when we were recording the song, he actually paused it. The woods are in the room, and there was a room full of people. Manali Ine, Ajina Tuno, Manala Ron CZ.
Yeah.
So he paused and said, I must say this when I delivery I was in the apple. And that was after I did my verse. He was like, I said, I wish we like kicked it more. So who has met so many people.
Yeah.
And actually we are Megida. It holds weight. Was it? So yeah, when I met Gemini as well, he just made me feel good it's possible. Because Gemini and one hour
Yeah.
and then push and it's possible.
Yeah.
Like the world, you can go anywhere with art. Yeah, so that's how it made me feel, and it makes me feel until now.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you've talked about delivery. Yeah. How do you make sure your delivery is different from all the other rappers? Cause I mean, yes, we have rappers, but yours is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like different people have different ways of presenting themselves. It's the same as the way we can all go to the same shop and buy the same clothes, but we didn't rock them the same way. So it's the same as music. You can all learn about the basics of music, cadence, rhyming, my syllables, Jani, but we cannot all write Chofana. So that's how delivery or how you present yourself.
Yeah.
It's the same as It's the same as music, you see. So for me, my delivery maybe just goes back to the people I listen to. I listen to different music like reggae, dancehall, hip hop, pop. So maybe the influence I get from there, I get to want to craft it into music as toast.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm still, even my new album, I feel like I've changed a bit, maybe growth or something. I used to sound all along. Yes, I feel like it's a more mature sound because now I understand my vocal cords, vocal range, and what I'm supposed to do on the microphone.
All right. So can you just tell us, Muna, some of your musical influences growing up? Because now I'm interested more like... Hey.
You'd be shocked. Me, I've listened to everything. Chidi Joseph. From Kumalawi, Gunogo, Ajina Joseph and Casa, Togimbiro, Nyimba and Casa. Yeah, but because my dad used to listen to him a lot, so I know a lot of his music. Jamaica, I used to listen to a lot of Burning Spear.
Yeah.
South Africa, like Dube. I've listened to so many people, Oliver Mtukudzi and those guys. Yeah.
So how did you
But-
land in rap, listening?
Because I used to
Oliver
listen to a lot of trap music as well from America.
Yeah.
Nkavela ajina T.I. Wambiri, ajina 8 Born, those guys. MJG, kwanda humwa akudziwa mayo, akudziwa hey.
Trending stars.
Now let us talk about your branding as an artist, you know, and having, you know, that clear digital footprint as an artist. What is easy? How important are they kwa muntu oti ndoyimba?
Okay, firstly, let me just go in details.
Yeah.
So for starters, as an artist, you have to look the part, you have to act the part, and you have to always be like the part. So let's say, for example, Andamata, gone are the days where people used to hear your music and then not see you. People have to hear your music, they have to align the face to the music, and they have to see gudu iwe uimba zomo udi. If one of those things are not in line, and man, namona muntu chamanda kumuda. You're laughing because maybe you have done that before.
No,
Exactly.
I haven't. No.
You have.
No, I haven't.
So you have to always be the part. It's like it's entertainment industry. You have to always be entertaining.
Exactly.
You see? So digital footprint is actually a blueprint to being an artist. You always have to have an image. People have to align you with an image. Inentaguzo kuti lero align me with toast ndodani. Wamadadu, amavalabo, amaimba. Those are the things you always talk about.
Yeah.
Sizingateke zinthu zitatu zimene osakamba.
Osagamba.
Nawe khawuti ndi maimba muna zizungu zija. Koma muna ndilibe china chake chochi can distinguish me. I'll just be like everyone else. But there's something that makes toast. What if it says that? Exactly. So digital footprint is very important for an artist. You always have to have an image. People have to align you with your image. If you're selling the music and not selling the image, this is mapezeka kuti munthu nyimbo zake zikuvaa badali koma mundu abapita pa Facebook pake ndi muna ma followers 2 bin pa Instagram 4 bin imakhala kuti image ndi music sizikugwirana. So this is mafunika zigwirana zikangogwirana much. You go further, man, because someone hears your music, they want to follow you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yes. Make sure you leave an identity. Oh, that's Waguri. So I'm pretty sure Waguri, if someone didn't know about that,
now they know.
They're going to start working on that.
Now
exactly.
They know.
Yeah. So you're a working class person, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you just tell us? I was about to say, yeah? How do you balance work and music?
Okay. For me, it's easy balancing work and music because I mean you go to work, particularly jama kala gunchiro 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Or not the rest of the time you can do whatever you want. Kaufuna video studio mazulu. Kaudani komasoli in the weekend in their music. Weekend suru makaso bangas and chiro unless for people that really work during weekends.
Oh wow.
But you see, for me, I feel like it's easy. I used to find good munazaka zovuda. How was I balancing school and the music?
Yeah.
So it's not really hard. Physics does it. Who else is working as well?
Yeah, you're a couple of people, that you know are all working and doing music. Now talking about that, how do you think school is also important kwa, you know, artists?
Because even if you don't go to work, you as an individual cut deals and that okay, but in life, this one has gone to school, this one has not. The way you comprehend things, the way cipher. So people maybe just think could people go to work, go to school to get a job. I feel like that's the mindset as Magula trying to in the new generation. You just need school for everything. You don't need to be the most learned person. Nah, but you can just go to a certain level and then you just learn how to read and write. That's all you need.
Could at least uzikhala zorulintika.
Just read and write.
Ankhula usamakale kuti kuti chani.
Even udakadosa wasira standard 8, koma if you can read and write.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Because school anthu amaitengera ngati kuti kukhandiza mapepala zambiri. School ndikungophunzira kulemba ndikuyankhula for communication because that's all you need.
All right. School for communication.
Yeah. Comprehension skills. They are very essential in life.
English, guys. All right. Now, going back to, your music. You have done music for a couple of years now. Ukaona catalog yako, which song do you think is the most underrated?
Underrated?
Yeah. I feel like Malawians, you're sleeping on this song.
No, but there's so many of my songs I feel like that because I'm trying to be Samva Jizungu.
Oh,
sorry,
Kes. Oh.
There's always got good. And even my fans anga manduza. Man, Jizungu. So it's not like I'm mocking them. They actually say it to me and I know. No, Jizungu just because maybe ndijomo jima ndipwekera to communicate.
Yeah.
Jijoja ndimata kuyankula kwa maybe kulemba singalembe zintu zabwino joncho nimavudiga ona. So it's for me it's just a communication thing. It's not really good you're trying to seem bougie or anything, man. In communication.
Yeah. Let me be your ghost writer, what did you say?
You're probably gonna write in my buzzword. Come on, I'll give it a try.
All right.
But yeah.
All right.
There's so many of my songs I feel like that. Could okay, if maybe people was to sit down and say, okay, could my lyrics on fana would ninga feel bona.
I think we just need that time to digest nyimbo za Chizungu. Because I feel like nyimbo za Chizungu zambira ntufezima tibidilila.
I think atamango vera beat.
Yeah. The vibe.
The rhythm, the melodies, but they really don't care what you're saying. Ndantoje ba mama kaba sudi. Mase muturu agamba ngini hapo. Ndantoje ba. But that's just it's just something downside of that. But there's also a good side, Yeah.
What's the good side?
The good side is ugamakharu kunena muntu sangamva.
Oh my goodness. Oh, don't guys, nganimufuna kumujeda muntu mujede ni Chizungu sadzamva. All right, and you've also won a couple of awards, as an artist. Do you think the awards are really important to artists or not? Because
they're important, but at the same time, they're not important.
Let's start with they're not important. Why?
Okay, they're not important in a sense that there are so many people who are really good that have never been awarded, but that never took away their greatness. To my side, yes? There are so many great individuals who have never been awarded. So that it just doesn't put like a definition of who you are in terms of music. It's just maybe a landmark.
Yeah.
You're sort of okay, Muntu, it's just maybe to give you that self-confidence. It really doesn't define where you are one of the great. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's maybe that's the non-important part.
Yeah. And the
important part is if you say award-winning musician, and I'm going to do award winning
meaning
so that's the good part.
All right.
You get to introduce yourself before getting introduced. Your accolades actually are speaking for you before you can actually speak. So automatically the mind clicks. Before they even hear your music.
Right.
Exactly.
And now seeing the rap industry in Malawi, where do you see it going? Because I don't know. I was interviewing an artist the other time. They were like, So now, focusing on rap,
okay, for me, I'm speaking as someone who has done a full-out hip-hop album right now, and who has dropped maybe a hip-hop song in a frenzy way. A lot of people are doing piano pop, and fans would, hey, this is hip-hop. Fans in Asankala, no, we needed something like this. You have reminded us back in the 2000s, back in the 90s, yeah. So, in terms of hip-hop music, a lot of people want to do it, a lot of people can do it, but a lot of people are scared. The reason why they're scared is a lot of people are chasing numbers. So, antangu tamangia nekeni nyimbo yori antambira iwone antambira ibobe bobe. But the mistake a lot of people do is they don't make music that's gonna be tested with time.
Yeah.
Standing kupanga nyimbo is gonna stand the test of time. Ndi chintu chambiri anthu ambiri samapanga. So a lot of people, I can tell you gold chain ndiyakalekale.
Yeah.
Koma gold chain even ana athu ife azamvera.
We're still
Tiviri kuti
vibing
nyimbo
to it,
zinachokera
yeah.
kuti they're gonna listen to that. So that's music that's gonna test time. Time itapita chotani. Nyimbo zimene zimakhala they're still gonna stand.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are running off for making monumental music that actually will stand. Wazizyo? Anthu angofuna chinthu choti chililero mawa chavaya. Wazizyo? So for me, I feel like I'm past that stage where I want to do music because of hype. Kuti ndubangira nyimbo kuti sirubangira nyimbo mashow. Ngonena chocho. Sirukubangira mashow kuti tikuimba nyimbo muribuke. Ifo lopanda kutibuka.
Muli bwino.
Timba nyimbo ya bwino, ma video tijambulabe, sikuti tiduka. Sirukubangira mashow. So that's where my artists be. They have to get to that level where they're confident. Kudo kuzoja say ndubanga music yokuti anthu afire sound. Sindikubangira music kuti ndikhale kuma show. Ndambi the problem my rap artist awangira nyimbo kuti ndikhale ndi nyimbo andibuke ma show ndikhale ndikash time ndo ndili bwino. So it's like my step. I'll do this to do that. And akupanga moloweza. So zimene I feel like zikunika zilekeka. Anthu zingopanga nyimbo because to ufira basi. It's not always about you making cash. You can make cash at the end of the day, but at least make craft that's significant. It's gonna make a change. Usati kungoimba kuti mwanyimba yayi.
Chabwino. Imwe yankhulatu.
Sanga munandira kuti nzangu.
All right, now I think you've talked a couple of things kwa kuti muntu mwina ngati ali up and coming. They have, taken my, do's and don'ts. Komano now speak to them as up and coming artists.
As an up and coming artist, the first thing you need to know is ali yesa makalosiyana. Muntu inasana bado ndi mpaso yo Mulungu anampasa. Wazise uliniyo simngafana ndini singafana ndini ndilusulano ndina presenter ene ndoimba munataka presenter ndizingokamba zobwebwera inoso kawo imba simngwanisa
so sari lola gali.
So everyone is different and everyone has a God given talent yokuti simngafana ndinali. So my upcoming artist ambiri amanena kuti ndifuna nditakhala ngati wakuti nditapanga ngati wakuti koma uzifusa kuti amene uchayo anakhala iyeyo. Because in here for me, I was never trying to say I want to be like Third Eye, I want to be like Young K, Maz. In a mango but I want to be like me. That's what makes me unique. So my up and coming artist Ambidi, that's the problem they have. Gina, so my up and coming artist Ambidi, they don't want to go through the process. I'm a Funanjira Zopega, which is Agumanandiwe. I said, and they think if they do a song with you, next thing they're my superstars. Life doesn't work like that. Life sima kalandi shortcuts. So you have to go through the process. The process is going to build you upuzira. You're going to meet zinduzo koma zambiri. From at the end of the day, makawuri upuzira and you're going to go far. So resilience, joyambirira, patience, komanso hard work. That's what an up and coming artist needs. Got to without resilience in Jani, Google. Fambira double resilience in Jani, but not jizungu de food. So resilience.
Guys, that's why he said school is important.
No, I don't know every time I meet people. I don't know. I think I'm going to go and go change that rook and Hankana Mizana. And now I'm going to go and now I'm go America. America good. And I'm going
And any words to your fans?
My words to my fans is, continue supporting me. I feel like as much as you're talented, you cannot go far if you don't have people. So for me, I have my own fan base kanga kanish kodi antwo ndakajira madandaula kumama kaudi ndikabwira anthu mwacha and it's growing now because there's like TikTok mobizga anthu inaka kuona pa TikTok nimakuona pa TikTok mango nisangalasa my favorite TikToker kuti ine TikTok ati.
What are you? If you're not a TikToker, what
I'm just an artist who's on TikTok, man.
Okay.
And I take it like my diary, but it's just like a diary for me. Yeah, but continue supporting me, and I feel like we have a lot of things to achieve. This is not the end, this is not the beginning. It's just pakati kuma komo tikupita ndikudali kwambiri ndipo tikafikako. That's exactly what I want to say.
Komwe tikupita ndikutali, but we're definitely gonna reach the destination. Yeah. You guys, that was Toast, and this was Trending Star. Let us meet again in the next episode of Trending Star.
Trending stars.